So Tommy, just 2 more inspections before you can insulate. Sheet metal,
Ductwork,
and then we've got the rough framing.
rough framing, yep. And Fred Lonardo, our building inspector, is going to do both of them.
All right. Hey Fred, good to see you again. Today, Kevin? So in terms of duct work, we've got some staring at us right here. Fred, what are you looking for to make sure this is done properly?
Well, Kevin, on the sheet metal ductwork, what we want to do is a couple things. We want to make sure that it's sealed appropriately. So in this case, they use an aluminum tape, which is fine. They could use a mastic. Either one is acceptable.
We don't want any air leaks.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And we also want to make sure it has some kind of hanger, it's supported correctly.
We don't want any kinks or anything like that.
That would be correct.
All right. And there's no insulation here. Does it not have to be?
No, Kevin. It's inside the heated envelope. In this case, you'll have insulation above it. It doesn't have to have insulation. Where outside that heated envelope, you would be looking for, I would be looking for insulation.
Okay.
Right.
So is that a check mark next to sheet metal?
It is, Kevin.
Nice.
That's good. Now, the other thing he's going to be looking for is the structure of the building. Now, all the steel and all the heavy beams have been engineered. And that engineer was stamped the plans when I filed for the building permit.
Sure.
Fred's just going to come out and look for the supports to make sure everything's here.
Right, because we've got a gigantic steel beam up here, which he spec'd,
Right.
we installed.
Yep.
And now that it's already in and you know those plans have been stamped, what are you looking for today?
So we want to just make sure that it's been posted correctly. There's actually a post here that supports the load of that beam.
There's a post.
There's a post.
It's standing up. All right,
That's
so we've
great.
got that.
Kevin, the other thing we want to look for is make sure that ceiling joists, the floor joists are not cut up or somehow damaged, so we can see that.
So there are some places where we did take out some of the ceiling joists. He did head it off, so are you inspecting this work as well?
Right, Kevin. The other thing we want to make sure that the header is supported correctly, so we'll see that we have joist hangers. That would be appropriate. The sizes look good. We also want to make sure that it has sufficient nails or the correct nails. I've seen it in the past where sometimes the carpenter just has roofing nails in their pouch, and they'll just pop one of those bad Larrys in there. It's no good. It doesn't have the
It is
strength.
tempting to reach for whatever's in your pouch.
Yeah, but they're not strong enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Okay.
the wrong fastener.
So we've got the right nails, we've got the right hangers.
You do, Kevin.
Right. The other thing he's looking for is any damage that's done to the structure by drilling holes. Now that's been drilled pretty bad. There's only a little 1/4 of an inch on each side. So Fred wants these shoes to be put around the stud to stiffen it up.
But wait a second, the plate that's underneath, Tommy, you're saying this is obviously to protect nails from shooting through. That's not sufficient enough because
No.
it doesn't stiffen it?
That doesn't add any integrity back to the system, but this will. So we'll put a couple of these on here and fix that problem.
I think we should get Richard some of those shoes for his birthday.
Absolutely.
So we will add those. All right, that's good.
So along with that, we're starting to look at fire stopping. So we want to eliminate the spread of fire. We do that by cutting off the airflow to the bays.
Yes.
So we'll see that here. That's a fire rated caulking. That's rated so it won't burn out.
Because we drilled through that plate for these water lines.
Correct, Kevin, correct. We'll also see up above. We don't want it to spread into the floor above. So we see mineral wool there. Also, the old term for that was rock wool.
So, I mean, basically one and the same, doing the same thing, and either are acceptable?
Yes, either are acceptable.
Just stopping the air from getting into that cavity.
All right, so
Right.
we've got plenty of caulking, we've got plenty of wool, we've got a big chunk of it right here in the corner.
Yeah, we'll see that here. In this case, they use the mineral wool to stop the flow of fire up through the soffitted area.
I see, okay. And so Dan's actually installing more right here, and this is just the same idea, right?
Yeah.
Fill up the gap.
Right. We don't want the fire to go up into that soffit area, so we want to make sure we stop it up in there.
Okay, so in terms of rough framing, another check mark?
I would say so, Kevin.
All right, so Tommy, all of the rough inspections are done, correct?
Correct. Tomorrow we'll start insulating.
Perfect, good to hear. All right, Fred, thank
Great,
you again.
thank you.
Thanks, Fred.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.